foremost, want to say, calling about your whole bush, shot. The honest, all these impulses. Great most of who do we want to teach well. It's a young brother here, and recording camp from the inside of my home. It's what is it out here in where I'm at upstate. It's like 23 degrees Fahrenheit. And last time I was out there and it was that cold, it basically shut off my tech while I was camping. If you noticed, it wasn't last camp, but it was a camp before last. It was only like 20 minutes because basically my phone shut itself off, and that's obviously not good. I don't want that to happen to my phone. I don't have that much money. I can't really replace it if it gets damaged. So we're just gonna run camp from home for today, and next week it's gonna be around like 43 degrees, so should be good for next week. So zerohedge.com. North Korea fires suspected. Long range ICBM ahead of South U.S. planned drills. Also, North Korea launched a suspected. Right? Which what does that even mean? Long range intercontinental ballistic missile late Saturday afternoon that appears to have crashed in the Sea of Japan near Hokkaido, what is within Japan's inclusive economic zone, according to South Korea's Joint Chief of Staff. Japan's defense ministry said the missile reached an altitude of 5,700 kilometers and for a distance of 900 kilometers, 559 miles, while South Korea JCS said it was launched around 1722 local time from Pyongyang's Sunan area. Okay. I guess you have like photos and stuff. Let's see. This looks here. Okay. So yeah, you can see here North Korean missile test. Let's look at some of these comments. Let's see what people are saying. Okay, so this has nothing to do with this. That's expected. Saturday's launch comes one day after North Korea directed on this unprecedentedly persistent strong response. South Korea and U.S. prepare for annual military exercises next week, which will raise the U.S. option to short muscle and counter everything with muscle. The same is true of the DPRK option. The Foreign Ministry said in a published by the state media KCNA. Let's look up some of these things because I actually have no idea about North Korea. I know that you have the North and the South, and what is his name? Kim Jong-un, or whatever the hell his name is. He runs, here you go. He runs the North and the South. It's a bit more democratic. I think they have like a president in the South. The South is like more Western backed, and the North is more like backed by like Russia and like China and stuff like that. They're dealing with those nations. So let me just get my phone here. I'm gonna use my phone to look up anything because it's faster, and I got like 20 something tabs open. You can't see them on there because I have it. OBS can only, I guess, like show so much. So I guess I could shorten it, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm actually gonna start using this program more often because it seems to be running quite well. I used to do videos with this program, but I stopped because like it would lag, and I wouldn't be able to like use it. So like it would lag my camera, and it would look mad goofy. Okay, so DPRK is North Korea, Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Okay, and then KCNA, Korean Central News Agency. Okay, so that's what that means. That's state media, so you already know they're gonna push propaganda. Launch takes place 1 month after North Korea held a rare nighttime parade featuring what many observers could believe to be a solid fuel ICBM. Let's see what that looks like. Oh yeah, actually, I now I'm remembering. I think I saw that a few days ago. They were basically having like a show of force. North's latest test of an ICBM was in November. It's since fired several short-range ballistic missiles. Last year was a record year for launches. Japanese Defense Minister Yasukazu Yamada said after November's launch that missile trajectories were fired at a flatter trajectory, they would be able to reach the U.S. mainland. But you know, that's all prophecy, man. You know, so that's another nation that can be able to hit the U.S. We know Russia can hit the U.S. We know North Korea can hit the U.S. And what do they mean by what's a flatter? Oh, flatter trajectory. So you see here, it's like this. I think they mean if it hit like from here, and it was like, well, that's like more east, so it'll be like this, and it's like shh, doom. That's what they mean, like an arc. You know, like more of an arc, like instead of like this, something like this. So yeah, we can go ahead and let's see here. I'm gonna get this in Mark instead of Matthew 24 because I read Matthew 24, you know, over and over and over again. It says the same thing in Mark anyway, so it's not nothing. And that's what this truth is all about. It's literally saying the same things over and over and over again. You know, it's not a race, it's an endurance thing. Might as well just start from the top. I like going into this anyway. And as he went out of the temple, Mark 13:1, as well the temple, one of his disciples saith unto him, Master, see what manner of stones and what buildings are here. Shai answering said unto him, seest thou these great buildings? There shall not be left one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. And he's referring to Herod's temple, which in prophecy, which already happened. It was burned down during 70 AD. There's conflicting kind of information that the Romans burnt it down, or was Sicarii. I'm talking about Sicarii back then, not the group that called themselves Sicarii. You know, I don't know why would you want to carry that kind of name to yourself, considering the history. But you had that, and where am I going with this? Where am I going? Also with the missiles, because the missiles are also going to hit the land of Israel. It's gonna hit there too. Obviously, the land needs to be cleansed. Yeah. Let me see here. I'm thinking of something else. I'm forgetting something. There's something else here that I usually say. Can't remember it. Let me see. Yeah. So yeah, that was pretty much it. I just wanted to check my notes. Mark 13:3, and as he sat upon the Mount Olives over against the temple, Peter, James, John, and Andrew asked him privately, tell us, when shall these things be? and what shall be the sign when all these things shall be fulfilled. Yahushua then began answering them. He began to say, "Take heed, lest any man deceive you." And so listen very closely. Lest any man deceive you by saying something completely different that contradicts what I'm saying. Alright? For many shall call my name, saying, "I am Christ," and shall deceive many. So, and you see that right now, we have Jesus cults and stuff like that, where people think that they're the Messiah. Let's see here. Let's see here. Thanks. I'm just gonna look it up. I'm just gonna look up Jesus cult. Okay, this is just something random. The Guardian cult leader who claims to be reincarnation of Jesus arrested in Russia, and they mean the false version. He looks just like Cesare Borgia too. That's funny. That's probably him coming back. Let me see if I can. Let me see if this works. Let me see if this works. Let me see if that works. Yeah. There you go. So yeah, that's a homeboy looking, you know. Let's go back. Verse 7, and we shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. Be not troubled. Such things as needs to be, but the end shall not be yet. Right? So yeah, wars and rumors of wars. Rumors, also rumors of aggression, like we're seeing right here. Right? Nations, rumoring to start rising up against nations. Alright, we'll hit basics here. We'll hit some basics. Just stuff I know, just legit right off the top of my head. Make a point or two. Joel 3:9. They claim either some of the Gentiles, or he's actually, other nations prepare war, make up the white men, or let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Alright? Beat your plowshares into shores, and your pruning to spears. The weak say, "I'm strong." So all these nations out here, including Moab right here, North Korea, which North Korea is also Moabites, China is also Moabites, right? Let the weak say, "I'm strong." So now they're starting to boast up, and you see here, the Japanese defense minister is pretty much clearly stating that they have capabilities to hit America. Alright? So boom. Now shit. So this the testing has been going through the roof. 2022. Alright, so you see here, I don't know what any of these. I know ICBMs are. Those are like ones that like go up out of the Earth's atmosphere and then come back down. Let's see. What IRBM is, because I don't know. Intermediate range ballistic missile. Okay, so that's like a literal missile. I guess. Medium range. Okay, I get it. I think I get it. You have ICBMs, which are intercontinental. That's intermediate round. That's medium range ballistic missile, and that must be small range ballistic missile. So yeah. You're hearing all these things, nations rising up, wars being rumored, right? And we'll chill out and read the first for now. Just relax. We'll read this one now. Yeah, we'll do this one. and then we'll go to this one, and then, well, actually, no, we'll do this one, then we'll talk about this one. So let me reorder this real quick. We're not going to talk about this one right here. You guys can look into this one for yourself. Word CPI. I need to go actually like learn some of this stuff because I'm starting to get tired of like looking at economic papers and literally not understanding a single word. So now it's like starting to piss me off. So I need to go learn. I know about like inflation and stuff like that. And I got like a good idea. It's basically the way the banks work. It's like a ledger system and shit like that. You don't need this. This one will put that one here. We're not really going to talk about that one. If there's time, we may talk about that one. If I don't make all my points by then, we'll get into this one too. But I'm just showing you so that you can look for yourself if you want to. If I don't get to it. So U.S. jet fuel shortage drives airline cost higher. Hold on. Let me see if it's lagging. No, not lagging. Everything's good. Just making sure movement and everything is good. Because I remember I told you I used this program a while ago. Would lag. So U.S. jet fuel shortages drives airline costs higher. Resurgent passenger aviation found the has created a shortage of jet fuel, pushing up airlines, putting cost and fares. U.S. jet fuel inventory stood at just 36.5 million barrels on February 10th, according to data from the U.S. Energy Information Administration. So let's take a look at some of these figures. Okay. 10-year average and standard deviations. Okay, so you can see it's going down. So let's look at what is a 10-year average, so we actually know what's going on here. Okay, so it's economics. This is economics here, or is it supposed to be supply? Let me see, a 10-year average meaning. Okay, rate at which the change in prices and services within a year. So I guess for 10 years it would be average over 10 years, over a decade. Yeah, it's pretty much average between time periods. And let's see here. So I guess that's inventory. So I mean, it's how much they have. So it has nothing to deal with inflation. My bad. It just means how much they actually have. So it's the average over 10 years, and standard deviation is the average amount of variability in your data set. How far each value lies from the mean. So I guess if it has, I guess they're starting to get closer. So less standard deviation means that they're closer to the average, the 10-year average. So they're actually like getting lower. That's at least how I see it, But I'm not a mathematician. I don't really know what all this stuff means like that. I'm not really hip to it. But I'm gonna try my best though. I'm gonna get better so I can actually speak on it. Stock was at the lowest for the time of the year since 1985, 4.3 million barrels, negative 11% or negative 1.94. Standard deviation below the prior 10-year seasonal average. The deficit has lowered from 6.3 million barrels, negative 15, or to negative 2.83. Standard deviations, so it's like more away from the average. It started by 2022, but inventories are mainly stretched. Kerosene type jet fuel is produced by similar refinery processes to diesel and other distillate fuel oils. What is a distillate? What does this mean? Okay. So distillate fuel oil is a general classification for one of the petroleum fractions produced in conventional distillation processes, includes diesel fuels and fuel oils. So it's pretty much that. What is distillate? Distillate fuel means diesel and other petroleum fuels with a T90 temperature below 700 degrees Fahrenheit that can be used in engines and are designed to operate using diesel fuel. And that was Cornell.edu. And the one that I brought the first time was from EIA, Energy and Information Administration.gov. So these are good sources. One is from Cornell, and the other one was from whatever the fuck was the other one. Energy Information Administration. Jet supplies have experienced the same pressures as other middle distillates for dominating transportation demand, coupled with worldwide limits on refinery production. Shortages of other middle distillates have caused us tight supplies of jet fuel since both draw. Hold on. Give me a quick second here. Just by experiencing the same pressures as other middle distillates, rebounding transportation demand, coupled with worldwide limits on refinery production. We know during a thing that happened, as we all know, people stopped traveling, but now people started traveling again. I know it was around Christmas time. There was like a snowstorm. I remember I actually was caught in it on my way out. And what happened? I think planes and shit had to stop, and I think buses stopped and shit like that. Something like that happened. The number of passengers boarding scheduled flights in the United States recovered to 89% of its, right, a level between January, I also say Windows 19, between January and November 19th. According to the U.S. Bureau of Transportation Statistics, the volume of jet fuel supplied to the domestic market has also returned to 89% of the pre-Windows 19 level in the first 11 months of 2022, according to the EIA. But with shortages of both jet fuel and other middle distillates, the average price paid for jet fuel climbed to $3.37 per gallon, $1.42 per barrel in 2022, up from $2 per gallon in 2019. As a result, airlines spent a total of $56 billion on fuel for scheduled flights in 2022, up from $36 billion in 2019. With China lifting domestic and international travel restrictions, global consumption of jet fuel is set to rise sharply, which will stretch jet fuel supplies even further in 2023. It makes sense that it's happening. The elites have organized this, right? Because we know that James Trouble is coming real quick. And everything that they're planning, the introduction of a poker chip inserted into your hand or your forehead, meaning behind your head, all this stuff. They don't really want people leaving, so that's also why they want to have things like electric vehicles, so they can shut that shit off if you try to get too far. You know, they're trying to trap everyone in. You know, so um, that's pretty much what's going down. So that's another shortage that's going on right there. Keep the people in. Right. So Matthew, Mark 13:8, for nation rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. There should be earthquakes. But we just heard about what happened in Turkey. And there should be earthquakes in diverse places. There should be famines and troubles. These are the beginnings of sorrows, right? Famines and troubles. These are the beginning of sorrows, right? So these are the beginning of sorrows coming on the earth, right? Because now people are going to have a harder time being able to travel. They're just going to be stuck in wherever they are, right? It's going to be harder for them to travel by plane, right? As I said before, when there's a total societal collapse, which you know is coming up very soon. We don't order out of chaos, right? They're gonna make it chaos, make a societal collapse of the money, right? Economic recession, the martial law, right? And then that's gonna lead into the order where they're gonna institute their poker chip, right? Well, we know they're not gonna reach their ultimate final goal in the end, right? Job 20:23, money's about to fill his belly. The Most High shall cast a few eggs wrath upon him. It shall rain upon him while he is eating, right? So while Esau is about to fill his belly, about to get his new world order, it's gonna, you know, lead to his downfall. Okay, when he's about to get everything he's ever wanted, has people taking the poker chip, he has full control over them. That's when the wrath is going to be raining out upon him, the ICBMs, chariots, as well as the men of the Lord, who's going to be risen with spiritual powers, and, you know, start knocking them the hell out, you know, beating the fuck out of them. Alright, low on that number, because, you know, I fucking hate it here, and I need to get my revenge, so, you know. I want to play this. Learn how Euphrates River drop, sign of end times. Let's read this real quick. Let's hit this play. Let's see what I'm not really gonna explain everything here. A lot of the stuff he says is off, but certain things are, he actually makes some pretty good points.
The Euphrates River has been slowly drying up for years, and lately this trend has increased in both its speed and impact on countries in the surrounding region. In fact, over 7 million people are directly affected by the river drying up. This is due to the construction of multiple new dams, the water policies enacted by governments, and mostly this is because of droughts. Droughts from a lack of rainfall. But is this just a cyclical climate pattern in this part of the world, which will one day return to a surplus of rainfall that fills the river again? Or is this a sign of the end times? The river Euphrates is mentioned many times throughout the Bible, mostly referred to as a general geographic area, or as the border of an empire's reach, fought over by various groups of people as kings tried to conquer more land for their kingdom. However, in the book of Revelation, the Euphrates River takes on a prophetic purpose, which has infatuated Bible scholars for centuries. In chapter 16, the clear reference to the Euphrates River drying up is made as 7 angels pour God's wrath upon the earth, the infamous 7 plagues. Quote, "And the 6th angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates."
The angels are actually black.
The earth, the infamous 7 plagues. Quote, "And the 6th..."
I don't know if you heard me there, but I said they're actually dark-skinned. They're not Edomites. It's ridiculous.
sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared. Probably meaning the way was prepared for the kings of the east to conquer the traditional Holy Land, seeing as the river would no longer be in the way.
Oh man, I think that's a good point. You know, I never actually thought of it that way. So, I actually want to check that out for myself. Go see if he's bullshitting or if he's actually true. Travel, way, road. Course of conduct, way, manner of thinking, feeling, dedicating. Either way you want to see it. The you know, elite of these nations of the East that are against America, they're looking at these things and they know, like some of these nations, they understand prophecy, you know. They can see this stuff going down and they're gonna know that, hey man, it's time, you know, it's time for war, you know. You can't think that these nations and their like leaders are like totally ignorant, because they actually know about us. You know, they know the stuff that we do. They know the stuff that we teach. The elites know, all right. Like, so don't have it in your mind that like you're doing this thing and no one's watching. Like, people are watching. Like, even as me speaking right now, there's people watching me. The CIA has fucking probably spy teams and shit, you know, having the whatever microphone where you can hear through walls and shit, and they're probably spying on me 24/7. But it is what it is. Nothing I can fucking do about that shit. And you can also, the NSA can get to your computer. There's nothing you can do against that shit, unless you had like you did something to your computer or something. And you tried to like literally try to make it free from surveillance, which I'm pretty sure there's a way you can do that, but I ain't doing that, bro. I ain't doing all that, man. You know, just Lord willing, I could evade these fucking people when the time comes. Let's see here.
Because this is the sixth plague or judgment of God's wrath, we will have to see the first 5 plagues executed before.
I gotta go through these again, but I don't know if all these are right. I gotta go over it again.
Beforehand, meaning that the Euphrates River will not dry up until the mark of the beast is enacted, and those who receive it have sores, all sea life is killed, the rivers turn to blood, etc. In short, we will see these other signs of judgments before the Euphrates River dries up, and demonstrates the plague prophecy.
I'm pretty sure we say that a lot of those things are gonna happen pretty much at the same time, just like boom, one after the other. They're just gonna come right down, just like all at the end. And of course, certain things are happening right now, like we know the river is drying up, and he's not lying either, because there's other websites that show he's not bullshitting. You know, the Euphrates River is a major international waterway that divides Turkey, Syria, and Iraq. Over 10,000 years, this river has provided the majority of the region's water, but has recently began to dry up due to terrifying and bizarre conditions that are brought about the drought. Of the drying up in the Euphrates is not unexpected, because it's been foretold in his forth prophecy that appears to be coming to a head. Scientists have made a horrifying discovery that the river, as a result, was found beneath the riverbed. Once it has dried, the entire globe was rocked. Now, I don't care about the rest of the stuff. They found some fucking caves or some shit, but I'm not looking into that bullshit. It's probably just a fucking cave. He's fucking bullshitting, bro. Making up some bullshit.
In chapters 8 through 11, 7 angels stand before God and individually sound 7 trumpets in sequential order, each initiating a new event in the course of the end times, before the great conflict between good and evil reaches its ultimate climax. In chapter 9, John writes, quote, "The sixth angel sounded, and I heard a voice, saying to the sixth angel which had the trumpet, Loose the 4 angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates. And the 4 angels were loosed to slay the third part of men."
So yeah, that's pretty much it. He doesn't know what that means, but third part of men, you have 3 classifications of men: sons of God. You know what that is, right? Us. Okay, sons of the wicked. You know what that is, right? Waxing out. The second will be sons of men, right? Other nations, sons of the wicked. You know who that is, right? E. And so it's pretty obvious, right? Revelation 16 and 12. Sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, the water thereof was dried up, the way the kings of the east might be prepared. Right? And yeah, that's a good point. He said the water will dry up, so these nations can actually be able to cross it and use it as like a natural crossing ground. And I never thought of it like that, but yeah, that's what's gonna go down. Well, he's actually right about this. Men were scorched for great heat. I don't know if that's from the sun. I would say, oh no, it is from the sun. Upon the sun was given and scorching men with fire. Wow. I gotta go into this again. I gotta watch the breakdown on this. Yeah, water turning to blood. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. It became blood. I'm just reading up here. Grievous sore. Yep. Grievous sore, that's cancer. So the first one is cancer. This is just gonna come one after the other, man. Right? Yeah, I'm not gonna get into all that, but read Revelation 16. I was reading the second verse. It talks about the grievous sore upon those that took poker chip, this cancer. Those who master artificial intelligence, synthetic biology, will be master of the world. Klaus Schwab, chairman of the World Economic Forum, during an event in Dubai, called on global governments to work together and control new technologies like artificial intelligence to decide the fate of humankind, contradicting Musk's recent warning at the same events, right? Which is, this one right here, single world government AI could doom humanity, says Musk, the World Government Summit, right? Now Musk is, he's controlled as well. He's called controlled opposition. He's so-called against them, but he's really not. He's actually for them. He's actually creating a poker chip of his own, like an idiot. If he was really smart, if I were him, shit, I'd just get up and fucking go. I'd get up and fucking dip out before it's too late, man. You just turn off your phone, throw that shit in the fucking water or some shit, throw out your computers, burn all that shit, and just dip out. Right? You got all the money to do it. Just go off the grid, bro. You've done enough, right? But he's not gonna do that because he got his money by being in bed with them. 2015, Schwab wrote a book called The Fourth Industrial Revolution, in which he mentioned more than 20 technologies that will change the world. All those technologies have become reality, right? Predictive programming. I guess you could say that, but he's really an insider. He's just telling you. He's not an insider that's going against him. He's obviously pro for the world government. So the World Government Summit Dubai this week, item that humanity is moving into the exponential phase of technology information. Cross-sided technologies like AI, metaverse, cryptocurrency, space tech, and synthetic biology that will change the world. Let's see what synthetic biology means. I wonder if you would consider the poker chip as synthetic biology. So it's a multidisciplinary field that focuses on living systems to organisms and it applies engineering principles to develop new biological parts and devices systems to redesign existing systems found in nature. So I guess you would consider that a part of it. DNA stuff, like CRISPR, cell-free systems, computer aided design, like genes and stuff. Yeah, let's see here. I just looked up the poker chip after it. No, it wouldn't be. It's more like biotech. Never mind. It's not really synthetic biology. It's more like biotech. You would consider the poker chip. The engineering of organisms to develop unique purposes and abilities which are not inherently available. It's known as synthetic biology. Involves change the organism's genetic code by infusing it with another creature's DNA, and radical step up from genome editing. The WF is a proponent of the methodology. Now, we know that all the animals, they all come in their own kind, right? Same with the plants, they all come in their own kind, right? These animals with these animals, those animals go with those animals, right? Now they're trying to mix and match DNA. You're not supposed to do that, man. It's going too far, right? You're not supposed to do things like that. Now, certain things in terms of they call it genetic modification, but it's not really, right? It's more like pairing, right? Say if you have like a group of sheep, like we used to have, you have two strong sheep, right? You make those two strong sheep breed so they can give you another strong sheep, right? You have a sheep that's like spotted, right? You give it another one that's spotted, and then you can just have those and keep those to themselves, right? So that's pretty much it. You cannot compete with new technologies. You have to be a front runner, because otherwise you'll be losing the out. So revenue knowledge, has increased. Okay. We know also from Ezekiel 28. What is it? Let me see if we can get it. Let's see if you can get it real quick. Ezekiel 28. Oh man, I'm just gonna start from the top. Then the word of the Lord came again unto me, saying, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, thus saith the Lord power Yahweh, because on high is lifted up. Now I said, I am a God, I sit in the seat of God, in the midst of the seas. Thou art not, yet thou art a man, and not most high, that set the heart as the heart of God. Right, really, Tyrus is America. All these guys here at the WF, right, the whole one world system, they're really all, with America. And I say more like America's under the WF, to be honest. the way shit looks like, but they're really all under the same banner, working for. Hold on, I could show you better than I could tell you. Hold on, bro. Let me see. Yeah. If I show the image, I'm probably gonna get demonetized. What was it? Let's see how I can find it. You should be able to see that. Nope. Now you kid. You can see that. It seems like if I put it at like an angle, you see it, but you can't see the words. It just basically says wealth-related hindrances. Here's another one. And check this one out. If you can see it, you know, if you can't make out the letters, don't worry about it. But you know, it's basically a funny little thing here. You probably can't see that at all. Here's another one. Let me see here. You can see that for sure. So yeah, and that's Numbers 26. Okay, right. And in the midst of the seas, that's talking about America because they are in between two seas, right? Because they are wiser than Daniel. Hold on. Because wiser than Daniel. Well, they are wiser than Daniel. There's no secret they got high from thee, right? So America, right? So nations that deal with America, they're all wiser than Daniel, man. And Klaus himself is a Temanite. Let me double check that. I'm pretty sure he's a Temanite. He sounds like a damn Temanite, but let's see here. Klaus Schwab is German. Yeah, he's German. I just want to double check. Look at his father. Eugene. He's related to a Rothschild, though. Eugene Wilhelm Schwab. So yeah, he's an actual. Oh no, he's actually Swiss. Never mind. He's a citizen of Germany, although he has 3 Swiss grandparents and 2 Swiss brothers. I don't know. I don't know if it's on his mother's side or his father's side. But you pretty much get the point here, right? You know, they're not wise in Daniel on a spiritual level, but they're wise in Daniel on a technological level. WFS calls for close cooperation between government globally to shape the future of the human race. In stark contrast to that of the industrialist Elon Musk, who on Wednesday warned at the World Government Summit against a single world government, right? Because it's just going to take away the rights of the people and you know, have complete control over them. But Elon, he was more about saying he wasn't going to say anything like that. He basically was more like saying that if one part of it like collapses, the entire government system is going to collapse because it's all concentrated and all together as one instead of having different separate governments and nations. If one nation kind of falls down, then other nations could kind of help them. It's not like that. It's just one and everything goes belly up. It's fucked up. But they're not going to actually get that far. It's not happening. According to Job 20:23, it's just not going to come down. We know from the rest of the prophecies that it's just not happening. You know, it's just not. Stars falling from heaven. Let's just get a random one that whatever we can see. Second Peter 3:10, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, and the which heaven shall pass over with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with further heat. Therefore also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. Nice becomes coming down, World War III. So yeah, that is pretty much it. We know that they have certain pretty much it's not really a complete one world system as of yet, but they're pretty close. You know, we know that they have NATO, the EU, the UN, America, all these things together. That they've gotten some headway towards their goal, but they're not going to complete their goal entirely. It's not happening. So I want to say Kalimba, Yahweh Shah, and the Lord the brothers were edified. I pretty much went into my points that I wanted to make, said pretty much everything I wanted to say. You can read this one for yourself. I'm gonna look into this one for my own because I don't know what I kind of got a good idea what a consumer price index is. I know what it means, but I don't really know what it means. Like I know what it stands for, but I don't know what it means. This one I watched on my own. So like yeah, and this one, let's see what else they got here. This article, not really, but you can look that up, and if you want to do a video on this one, you can. They found some caves or something, but I don't really give a shit, man. Yeah, they probably just found nothing in there, so yeah, that's it. So